It's happening!
Stop. Don't do that. Do not panic.
Just because it's called a bug out bag doesn't mean you have to bug out.
Exactly. I'm Joel.
I'm Carmen.
And we're at the Wild West Trail. And we're actually at the Wild West Trail headquarters in our apartment.
World headquarters, Wild West
Wild
Trail.
West Trail world headquarters. And today we're going to teach you how to properly pack a bug out bag and stay safe in extreme situations. Now, first thing you need to realize about a bug out bag is that it's not a bag for restarting civilization. It's a bag to get you on the move and out of a dangerous situation. You can think of a situation like a house fire, maybe a martial law situation. Whatever situation you find yourself in, you're going to need an ultralight bag, something light, something fast, something quick that's going to keep you alive while you're in motion. Today, we're going to show you what's in our bug out bag. Now, everyone's bug out bag is going to be different depending on who you're taking care of, the kind of responsibilities that you seek, and the ecosystem that you find yourself in. We're out here in Idaho. We have a lot of mountains, rivers, lakes, plenty of water, plenty of fish. So our bug out bag is created for that environment. Now, if you live in the desert, maybe you live in a more urban landscape, your bug out bag is probably going to be different. But the basics, the theories behind what's in your bug out bag is all going to be the same. First thing is your first aid kit. Now, I put my first aid kit in a Ziploc bag to cut down on weight. And let's open up this first aid kit and let's see what's inside of it. Antibiotic cream, lighter, great for starting fires. Don't fuck around with those 2 sticks. Just use a lighter. Athletic tape. You can tape on wounds, bandages. You can fix gear with it. I always keep a little bit of it. This is actually a sparker, just in case everything else fails. Now, I got a lot of bandages here, a lot of Band-Aids. You're going to need those just in case. I even have larger bandages. So I got the big bandages and the small bandages. Another bottle of triple antibiotic cream. You're going to go through a lot of this if there is a wound, and it's okay to have a lot on hand. These are strike anywhere matches, and these are great in emergency situations. And then this is a heat blanket. It's actually metallic, and so if you are having to hide out from drones, perhaps, you can just throw it over your camp, and those GPS signals won't get out or in. Latex gloves, just in case you're doing surgery on somebody else. This is veterinarian super glue. Maybe it's a wound, big wound. You can just glue that up, and it's a good little thing to have on hand. This is a sewing needle and thread, great for fixing gear and potentially stitching together wounds. This here is lint, good for starting fires in emergencies. And these are waterproof matches. And these I've used these before. There's some lip balm. You don't want to get chapped lips out there. One more stick of antibiotic cream. Just use it as much as you want. That's why I carry a lot of it. And we got some more bandages here.
It's important too not to have excess stuff in your medical
first
bag.
aid kit. Right. My first aid kit has been kind of tested over the last 5-6 years of doing outdoor activities, and this is kind of the stuff that I've discovered what I use the most. I'm probably missing a lot of things that some people might think are important, but for my bug out bag, for my survival, for my security, this is what I'm going to have on hand. This is some friction lubricant. Put that between your thighs, especially if you're doing a lot of miles, a lot of running. You don't want to be in any kind of physical pain if you're putting in a lot of miles. And so if you're using your bug out bag, there's a good chance that you're going to be on the run. So definitely lube up your thighs and anything else that needs it. Let's see here. Sunblock, of course. Always bring sunblock. Again, an ounce of prevention goes a long way, especially if you're out in the wilderness. If you are in a survival situation, just prevent some sunburn, and you're going to feel a lot better and potentially stave off heat stroke or sun poison or anything else that could happen. Here's some nylon repair tape. I use this on my tent, on my sleeping bag, on my jacket. It's not that heavy. It's easy to use. And so if you have a down jacket or a down sleeping bag, you don't want to lose insulation when you're on the run. Just carry some of this with you. This is a mosquito head net, super lightweight. If you are in the woods during the summertime, there's going to be a lot of insects, a lot of bugs. You're going to definitely want this. Journal, keep notes. You can write directions. You can, if you meet someone out there, you can remember names. You'd be surprised how useful and practical having a good notebook is on hand. I'd say I always carry my Leatherman with me. Whatever tool you have, a knife, a little handy tool like this, strongly recommend it. Make sure your knife is sharp at all times. I always carry my whetstone with me, so I can sharpen the knife on the go. Paracord, 50 feet of paracord. You can use it to fix stuff. You can use it to hang bear bags. You can use it pretty much anything. Set up a shelter if you need to. So that's good. I do carry my tent with me. Now, this is an ultralight 2-person tent. Now, if you don't have an ultralight 2-person tent, it's a good chance to just use a tarp even, and then tie down the tarp with your paracord. So a lot of opportunities for shelters. This is what I chose. Speaking of kind of my sleep system, I do have a pretty nice lightweight down sleeping bag. This goes down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to keep me warm in pretty much every situation. This combined with that heat blanket that I keep in my emergency pack, no matter what season it is, I'm going to live. And I'm going to keep moving. So I strongly recommend having a good sleeping bag. Another thing that's super important, always pack the Trailblazer. This is actually our own proprietary silicone smoking bowl. And, it's great for tobacco. And just kind of taking the edge off in a situation. It's very unbreakable. It didn't break on the Wild West Trail. I don't think it's going to break in a bug out situation. And so these are actually available on our website. So go and order one. We have all this inventory actually in our apartment here. So our supply chain is up and running. So feel free.
Yeah, mental health during an emergency or a crisis is even more important.
If you panic, you will die. And so you need to focus on anything that's going to keep you calm, keep you in the moment. And this Trailblazer pipe is going to be that tool that's really going to kind of put you over the edge there, or at least keep you from going over the edge. Whatever you need. I always carry rain gear with me. This is actually 70D nylon. It's going to keep you dry in any situation. Strongly recommend having rain gear. Basically in every climate, you're going to want this. And then I have a little jacket here for insulation, a little puffy. It's going to be great. Definitely, it's lightweight. Carry that with you. Now this is where I I'm different than a lot of guys in their bug out bags. I always carry a nice tackle box, fully stocked, and a float. Now, the important thing about this tackle box is if you are good at fishing, then you're going to know the kind of species of fish that are close to you, and you want to stock your tackle box with the lures that are going to catch you fish. Now, if you're not that good at fishing, basically hooks and sinkers. Hooks and sinkers are going to catch anything that lives out here or lives where you are, and just put a worm on it. Worms are easy enough to find. Turn over a log, dig up some leaves, and with a couple of worms, you can catch yourself a meal pretty much every night. And so tackle box, and then I always carry my pack rod and my little fishing reel. And so this always goes in my bug out bag. This is with me at all times. If I have to go anywhere, my fishing pole's coming with me. So even if I don't have time to pack food, I know I won't starve to death out there. Now, speaking of food, whatever you got around the house that's just quick, non-perishable. I know for me, I got a lot of Cliff Bars here. I got a tuna packet, and then I even have a couple bags of top ramen. Easy, throw it in. This is going to keep you alive for a couple days while you figure out your next move. And your next move is most likely going to be to get some more food. And never forget a nice bag of trail mix. So whatever you got around the house, just kind of keep it there ready to go. This is some soap. Always wash your hands. Most people get giardia, not from the water, but actually from not washing their hands after they take a shit. And so you don't want to get sick out there, so wash your hands with soap. And of course, a little hand sanitizer never hurt anybody either. Let's see, I do have some flushable wipes and baby wipes to carry with me at all times. These are great for emergency situations. They clean while they clean. And so especially if you're going for a long hike, maybe you're trying to put 20, 30 miles in, the last thing you want is a scratchy butthole. So clean it well. Use a couple of these when you're out in the backcountry. Obviously, you're going to have a water filter wherever you are. And so this is a great water filter. You can fill up this bag with real disgusting water, and then you got potable water for wherever you are. And again, water bottle here. I keep a carabiner on so I can clip it to my backpack. That way I won't lose it. I do carry deodorant because the survival situation, most likely I'll have to run into some people. So maybe before I go into town, I take a dip in the creek. I use my soap to wash off and maybe put on a little deodorant before you interact with people. They're going to treat you better. And in a bug out situation, you want to be treated as well as possible. You don't want to be a scumbag. You don't want to be dirty. You want to look presentable. I have a little first aid backcountry skills booklet just in case. You might already know all this stuff, but in a panic situation, it's always good to just have something to read because your brain's not going to be functioning correctly. So carry a little first aid book with you. Headlamp, of course. You're going to want light when you're out there, so carry this with you. Deck of playing cards, keep you occupied. Let's see here. I carry a battery brick. This actually has 7 days of charge in it, or 7 full phone charges. So I can charge my phone 7 times with this battery. So I like to keep it fully charged before any emergency situation. And this is going to be super helpful, especially when you're out there. Obviously, your cell phone, make sure it works. If you have a waterproof case, put it in one of those. This is a big solar panel. This is a 28-watt solar panel. It works okay. A full day in the sun. I'm talking summer day, 10 hours of direct sunlight. You're going to be able to charge your phone 1 complete cycle. So it's not that good, but it's better than nothing. And that's why I rely on such a big battery pack, because I want to keep that fully charged. And then I do carry my my mushroom book. Super easy to find mushrooms out there. There's actually tons of mushrooms. This is actually a great book. It has colored pictures. It's easy to see. Great for identification. They're going to tell you what's poisonous, what's not. And you're going to be surprised with how well you can feed yourself just with fungus. So I highly recommend carrying a book like this with you. Of course, toothbrush, toothpaste. Like I said, you want to stay clean out there. This goes both ways. Not only do you want to prevent cavities, but again, if you're interacting with people, you're going to want to be clean. This is a survival tactic that a lot of people don't understand. If you stay clean, you have less of a chance of people taking advantage of you or potentially doing nefarious actions towards you. So if you respect yourself, other people will respect you. And so again, this is very important to do. And of course, the backpack that you pick for your bug out bag, you're not trying to restart civilization here, people. You're trying to survive to the next day. You're trying to survive to the next week. Your backpack needs to be light and needs to be fast. Don't pack too much stuff. And if stuff doesn't fit in your bag, leave it. You don't need it. I use a hyper light mountain gear backpack, super lightweight, weighs less than 2 pounds, holds all my stuff, easy to grab, keep it packed. Well, that's the Wild West Trails guide for bug out bag, what to pack, how to stay safe out there. And, in trying times, it's better to be prepared than to panic. And if you can take care of yourself, then you can take care of other people. And that's really what it's all about. Practice self-reliance, be an independent person, think for yourself, don't rely on other people to come save you, and you'll be fine in any situation.
It's happening.